Finding the volume of an object is an important mathematic concept. It can help determine things like how many gallons of water can fit in a pool, how much water can we put into that water bottle, and really how much can fit into that box. In this lesson, we're going to look at finding the volume of rectangular prisms using formulas. As I stated earlier, we're really determining what can fit into this box. And in this case, we're going to be looking at three numbers, the 3, the 2, and the 4. To find volume, we will multiply the length times the width times the height, and that will give us cubic units. If you recall back to when we did area was squared units because we were taking two dimensions, the length and the width. Because this time we are taking 1, 2, 3 dimensions, we will have cubic units. So what does that look like inside of a problem? Let's look at this example. Becky uses 1-inch cubes to create a model for a small paper gift bag she is making. Her model is a rectangular prism. What is the volume of Becky's model? Of course, one way we could do this would be by simply counting these. We see that there's 5 across, 4 this way, and 2 this way. So that means 5 across times 4 is 20 times 2, because it's too deep, would be 40 cubic units. But what if we wanted to do this without having that information of the cubes? What if this was just a box? Well, to do that we would need the formula. I'm going to write out the formula V equals L times W times H. Remember, this means volume equals length times width times height. Because we're talking and we're dealing with multiplication here, we know we have the commutative property. So even if you were to call one thing the length and one thing the width and one thing the height, and you even got that mixed up like I just did, it wouldn't alter the final product. So now I'm going to go back and I'm going to plug in the numbers. V equals, first thing I'm going to do is look at length. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I know this is inches, so I'm going to say this is 5 inches, times the width, which is 2, times the height, which is 4 inches. I'm going to do these problems separately. First, I'll do 5 times 2 is 10 inches times 4 inches. Now again, V equals, and now I'll do 4 times 1, or 1 times 4 is 4, add the 0, 40 inches, just like we got before. However, I do want to make sure that I'm putting the appropriate label. As we said before, this is cubic inches. So for a cube, because there are 3 dimensions, length times width times height, I will put a little 3. So my answer is 40 cubic inches, or 40 inches cubed. Let's look at another example. In this example, Gareth has a rectangular pencil cup on his desk. The cup is 3 inches long, 2 inches wide, and 4 inches high. What is the volume of the pencil cup? It's always important to first start by writing out our formula. V equals L times W times H. Sometimes you'll see it as V equals LWH, because when letters are next to each other like this, that means multiply. V equals, it is 3 inches long, 3 times 2 inches wide, times 5 inches high. V equals 6, because we're doing that, times 5. V equals, which is volume, equals 30 inches cubed is our answer. Let's look at one more problem. In this problem, we have some bigger numbers. So we have 8, 12, and 8. See if you can figure out how much would fit in that box. If you got 768 cubic inches. Great job. That is how you will solve volume problems with using the volume formula.